But we're great at this.
Alright, so it's me and RollAcosta here. We're gonna be commentating for Chase and Gemz. We just got out of our game where RollAcosta kicked my butt, but it was fun.
I wouldn't say that, man. I was pretty scared in that last game.
Are we getting Gemma's thing on our screen?
Yeah,
so we can...
we're getting Gemma on screen here. All right, well, I'm excited to see what they bring. I know that Gemz has been enjoying using that anchor team, but she's expressed interest in wanting to use different things, and Chase tends to bring something different each time, so should be some cool stuff.
She's been pretty solid with that anchor gang.
Yeah,
it's always fun to watch her play with that team. That's a team that I feel like she succeeds with way more than at least myself. And she seems like she really knows what she's doing with that team there.
Yeah, I would not be able to pilot that team very well.
Chase said he's bringing something fun, so
yeah.
I'm not really sure what that means.
Potentially all baby evolutions.
Yeah, maybe it's Sajan's little cup team.
All right, looks like Jim's pulling out that anchor.
I gotta see if I can figure out how to make it so I can just see Gemma.
I'm just watching from the Twitch screen because for some reason it's not showing up on Skype. Okay, ooh, oh. All right, so Chase has Gothitl, oh my god, I totally blanked on the name. The copycat, Lipard, that's it. Sylveon, Tyranitar, Torkoal, and Ferrothorn. So it looks like a pretty hard Trick Room team.
Austin, is there any way that you could so I just took her name thing and pulled it down so I can see her screen now.
Okay.
I think if you watch from the Twitch, it's gonna be like weird timing for us. My Twitch screen is like being super slow with the internet connection that I have here.
My screen's only showing me like Gemma's profile picture. It's not showing me her Switch feed.
Okay. All right, let me see if I can. You can go. Why don't you go ahead and do it, and I'll see if I can. I'll pull off the Wi-Fi on my phone, and then I'll just watch the Twitch from my phone.
Okay, cool. So I may be commentating on a bit of a delay, but all right. So Gothitl and Lipard are coming out from Chase, as well as Excadrill from Gemma. I think that she recognized that Chase has a bit of an upper hand in the Trick Room, so she's going to be trying to counter that herself by not using it.
Looks like Chase is bringing... Oh, I'm sorry, I'm still trying to get used to... He's bringing the Lipard and the Gothitl, it looks like.
Yeah, definitely. So do you think he's going to go for that copycat Trick Room routine?
I think it'd be pretty interesting to see. I think didn't he do that against me last week, or one of you guys did? Did I play Gemma?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I think we were doing a fun thing off stream, and Chase definitely did that to me last week.
Oh yeah, no, I remember now. Yeah, because I believe this is a competitive Gothitl. Not 100% sure on that. All right, looks Dynamaxing is coming out from Chase, and I highly doubt that that is the Lipard.
Yes, we do see the Dynamax from the Tyranitar here on Gemma's side.
Yep, Max Guard coming out from Gothitl. He's definitely going for the copycat room. And unfortunately, with what Gemma had on the field, she had no way of denying this.
Wow. So what do you think Gemma does here to put herself in better position?
Well, she seems to have gone for a good call of just going for attack boosts on her Tyranitar. That seemed like a pretty smart thing from my end. Maybe she's going to be looking for the one-hit KO onto the Gothitl. The thing that would scare me personally, however, would be the Ferrothorn that he has.
Yeah, Ferrothorn can be pretty scary.
As we may have just learned. Alright. And there is the Ferrothorn. Yeah, so I'd be saying that Gemma is looking in a pretty rough position. I believe she has Heat Wave on her Togekiss, so if she can just stall out the Trick Room and get herself into a good position, that Ferrothorn's not going to be able to survive. Uh, unless, of course, this is the AV Ferrothorn, in which case it'll probably be guaranteed one hit. But I do believe that Chase has a preference to Iron Defense Body Press, which tends to spiral very quickly.
You think Gemma foresees the competitiveness in the Gothitelle, and maybe that's why she's not going for yeah.
Yeah, if I saw a Gothitelle Dynamax, I would assume that it wasn't Shadow Tag. Ooh. Chase going right for a raw body press, does about half, and Max Lightning? I don't think that's going to KO. Nowhere close. Interesting turn. Yeah, it seems to be a Life Orb, and then Max Knuckle coming out, hitting the Ferrothorn. Not enough to get the one-shot.
What do you think we're seeing the Max Lightning there for? Do you think that was the most damage Chase could have put out towards Gemma?
I would assume that Gothitel's main stab move is Psychic, which of course Tyranitar is completely immune to. So yeah, I would, and most likely a Ghost move as well. So that may have just been Chase's best option. Perhaps he was thinking that the body press would do a bit more damage. But Gemma does get a Swords Dance off with her Excadrill. I believe this is the Life Orb one, so she's not gonna survive a hit, I don't think. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah, Gemma's been kind of known for not really putting that Focus Sash on the Excadrill. I'm not sure if she has it here this time. I didn't see their loading screen, so we could possibly see Chase doubling into the Excadrill, or...
Alright, it's Max Darkness coming out. So yes, it did seem to be that the Max Lightning was Chase's best shot, but actually the Max Lightning, or the Max Darkness does not get the one shot onto Excadrill. Gothitelle is quite weak without those boosts. And a third Max Knuckle, so that Excadrill is now at +5?
5, I believe. I think, right? Yeah.
Yeah. 3 Max Knuckles and a Swords Dance. Oh god, this Earthquake is going to do so much. She's going to kill her own Tyranitar. And the Gothitelle. Wow.
Wow.
That is some damage. Let's see if it is, in fact, Life Orb on that Excadrill.
Wow, so a +5 Excadrill with a Life Orb.
Yes. Ooh. So if I'd say if Gemma could stall out this Trick Room, she's going to be in a really, really good position, but I don't know how likely that's going to be.
It'd be kind of interesting if she were to bring in that Hatterene herself and to just Trick Room with the Hatterene. Just reverse it.
Ooh, Torkoal coming out. Offering that good old fire spread damage. Very interesting to have a Drought Setter on a team with your Ferrothorn. Yeah. And I don't know.
So that sand goes away.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Austin.
Yeah, so Torkoal's offering the spread damage. Chase has absolutely no reason to not go for an Eruption right now, and Gemma really can't do anything to deny it. If she has Protect on the Excadrill, that would be great, but I'm not entirely sure that she does.
Yes, it does. Do you think there's a chance for this Togekiss to go down this turn, or do you think...
Ooh, I would say that there's a really solid chance. Eruption just did a whole lot of damage right there.
Wow.
And ooh, Iron Head. Very interesting set. So we've seen Iron Head, Body Press, and Protect come out from this Ferrothorn. What do you think that fourth move is?
We saw the Iron Head, Body Press. Could potentially be a grass move. Did we see a grass move yet?
We haven't seen a grass move yet, so it could be something like Leech Seed or um,
Seed.
potentially, what's that other move?
It's
Power
not
Whip.
Woodhammer,
Yeah.
is it? Power Whip,
No,
that's right.
Ferrothorn doesn't get, yeah, a worse and better at the same time. Woodhammer. So, but yeah, Chase has a lot of pressure right now. He's got the slowest things on the field. He's offering super effective damage and then just gross amounts of damage with that Torkoal Eruption. And I think he's going to take this game one. Yep, that's it for game one. All right, JD. So if you're Gemma, what are you thinking right now? What are you going to do to counter for game two?
I'd probably lead with the mainstream that she usually does with the Hatterene and the keep the anchor in the back.
Mhm.
I don't know that anchor really does a whole lot to help her against this team here though, with the eruption coming through.
Mhm. Yeah, I would say that the main thing that Gemma needs to do is figure out a way to deny Chase the Trick Room. She has a couple of options for it, but I'm not entirely sure if she knows exactly what they are.
I don't know that I'm exactly sure what they are. I think she's
Mhm.
got to take out the Lipard before it can copycat, but that's how do you even do that?
Yeah, with no fake out pressure. But it looks like she may be on the right track. So, um, as as some of you may know, the move copycat works in the way that it copies the most recently used move on the field, and you can use that for a guaranteed trick room by Dynamaxing and max guarding, presumably because your trick room setter is going to be the slowest thing on the field. There are a couple of ways around that. Using priority moves that happen after Protect, Lipard will end up copying those instead. So let's see what happens here. Ooh, Chase goes completely different with Tyranitar and Sylveon, though, so she's not going to even get the chance to try and shut that down.
Pretty interesting lead here from Chase, seeing the Sylveon. And I don't know if you noticed this, but the Sylveon is not shiny, so it's different from the one that we saw last week.
Yes, someone would say even worse than the one that we saw last week. And I don't think we mentioned it,
So
but
what do you
Hatterene and
see Chase
Togekiss.
doing here?
Um,
Do you think Chase
depending
just
on
goes
this,
straight for the Max Tyranitar and the Rockfall into the Togekiss to clear that off the field? Or do you think
depending
that he's kind of afraid of the Hatterene coming back and possibly taking it out?
depending on the speed stats of Chase's two Pokemon, he could even go for something like a Max Darkness, even though it wouldn't be super effective into the Togekiss, lower the special defenses and get a big Hyper Voice off. So I'm very interested to see. I think he has a lot of interesting options, but Gemma is just going straight for her Dynamax, not even going to set up Trick Room.
It looks like it's the Hatterene.
Yes, it is in fact. I
Judging
know.
by that awesome Pokeball there. The, what is that, a Love Ball?
Yes, I believe so. Excellent choice with Hatterene. Okay, so it turns out the Sylveon is faster. And a Hyper Voice and Rock Slide. That Follow Me turned out to be completely useless, unfortunately. But a G-Max Smite is going to come out. And big damage on that Tyranitar, just not enough to get the KO on it. But there is now the confusion effect on both of Chase's Pokemon. And if Tyranitar hits himself in confusion, especially after this weakness policy boost, I imagine that it's just going to knock itself out.
I would imagine that this is the max HP, max attack spread, with judging by that damage from the Rock Slide there.
Yeah, it could even be banded.
Well, we saw a weakness policy, right? Or no?
Oh, right. Sorry, I'm an
My
idiot.
Okay, my initial thought was actually that it was banded. That was a lot of damage.
So right now, I would say that Chase doesn't have a lot of incentive to keep his Tyranitar, and I mean he may just sack it, but I don't think there's any reason to keep something on the field that's going to die from one hit from Excadrill or potentially just destroy itself if it hits itself in confusion. Oh, looks like he's going for Protect. And he does manage to power through the confusion to get it.
Wow, and it looks like Gemma's going to go ahead and max guard here as well.
And go for an Earthquake with Excadrill.
So that Sylveon is going to be taking some damage here.
Ooh,
I bet
that
it
is
would go down to this.
Sylveon also confused. Let's see what happens here. Gets the Hyper Voice off, but that's not going to do too much to Excadrill. I don't think so. That's a decent chunk for a resisted spread move.
That was a lot of damage from the Excadrill.
Another thing to note that Gemma is almost done with her Dynamax and Chase has yet to use his.
That is true. I've noticed a lot of times if you can manage to hold off on your Dynamaxing and kind of drag the game out a bit, you have so much momentum there at the end. Kind of like you did in game 1 there when I maxed turn 1 and you just kept switching around it, wasting mine, and then you ended up using your Dynamax later, and it just made it so easy.
Yeah, often the best counter to a Dynamax is a Dynamax, so if you can deny your opponent having that option, you can find yourself in a really good position. Looks like Ironhead's going to go ahead and take out that Sylveon, and let's see if Tyranitar is able to attack through the confusion. It is, and it's going to go for a Crunch, and I think that's probably going to KO the Excadrill, especially since he's at +2.
So does Tyranitar... Oh, you just said that, actually.
Yeah, sorry, Tyranitar goes down to the G-Max Smite. Oh, sorry, JD. All right, so Gemma is down. They are both down to their last 2 Pokemon. Chase still has his Dynamax option intact, and Gemma is coming at the end of hers. And is it Gothitelle and Liepard? Gothitelle and Ferrothorn. Okay, interesting. So we saw from that.
Anybody
David.
Max here. I'm not sure if you would expect the Gothitelle to max again, or potentially another Ferrothorn max.
Yeah. We saw from that first game that the body press got a little less than half damage off on that Tyranitar, so I don't think that's going to be a reliable way to take it out right now. However, Gemma's Tyranitar is banded, so she's going to have to choose what move to lock into right now. And this is a pretty tough option because you could either go with Assurance. I believe she has Assurance to go for big damage onto that Gothitelle, or you could go for Superpower, but Superpower is just going to be lowering your own defenses and attack output the entire game. And if you go with that, I would say that you would really need it to one-shot that Ferrothorn. And Chase is Dynamaxing the Ferrothorn. It is big Ferrothorn day today, Nibbs.
Wow. I don't think that I like that. That kind of... Getting a little PTSD here.
Ooh, and Superpower would not have gotten the 1 hit even if Chase had not Dynamaxed it. Dazzling Gleam's also probably not going to be able to do enough damage there. And the Steel Spike coming out into the Hatterene, that is definitely going to be a knockout. Yeah, and unfortunately for Gemma, her Tyranitar is locked into Superpower. She's going to be doing less and less damage each turn and dropping her own defenses. This is definitely a guaranteed win from Chase from now on.
Yeah, I don't think that Superpower is going to do a whole lot of damage to the Gothitelle.
Yeah. Gothitelle can't do much to Tyranitar, but the same thing applies to Tyranitar at the moment. Yeah, maybe you hope that you live.
Is that Ferrothorn shiny?
That is a shiny Ferrothorn, yes. It is very strange looking. Yeah, and there goes another Steel Spike. And that just picks up the KO, and it's going to be Chase taking this one 2-0.